Why do so many physicians give up on the Public Service Loan Forgiveness Program, also known as PSLF? I'll give you the top 4 reasons that I've seen after seeing thousands and thousands of readers and over 1,000 clients that we made student loan plans for tell us what's on their mind and what's stressing them out about utilizing this program. The top number 1 reason that physicians give up on PSLF is sensationalist headlines. How often have you seen something that says, PSLF under threat, PSLF program to change, Trump proposes elimination of PSLF program? Yes, that's a concern, but it's got an extremely low probability. Websites, including my own studentloanplanner.com, do react to what gets them eyeballs. A news organization knows that they're going to get a massive number of impassioned readers that are going to spend a ton of time on their site if they post a sensationalist headline about the PSLF program. Imagine a headline that goes, PSLF stable, benefit likely to happen. That would get almost no clicks. People don't care about that. They want to see the scary, terrifying potential thing that might happen that probably won't. So first realize that most headlines about PSLF are sensationalist, and you need to cut through the noise and determine what actually is going on with the program. The number 2 reason that physicians give up on PSLF is websites and friends who want you to refinance your student loans. Let me let you under the hood for a second. Every time someone clicks on one of my refinancing links, I get paid if they refinance their student loan. I try to make sure that the reader gets most of the referral bonus that's on the table in the form of a cashback bonus paid by the lender to the actual person who refinanced. A lot of websites, though, I won't name names, keep that entire bonus for themselves. For example, some of these big sites will have bonuses as much as $1,000, where they will keep that $1,000 bonus for you refinancing your student loans, and they will share 0 of it with you. We try to share the majority of our referral bonus with you in the form of the cashback bonus to minimize that conflict of interest when we're telling somebody what we think the best course of action is for their student debt. But it's not just websites, it's also friends too. I've seen on Facebook groups people posting their own personal referral links, even on PSLF eligible physician Facebook groups. It blows my mind. These people are so motivated by getting $200 to $500 for a refer a friend bonus that they could care less that they're potentially costing some of their physician colleagues hundreds of thousands of dollars on the PSLF program, and it's ridiculous. So beware of websites who have a huge financial incentive to try to get you to get off of PSLF and refinance your student loans. Luckily, we have the incentive also to sell you a student loan plan and a consult to figure out what the right thing to do for you and your loans is. So we're not quite as biased as other places that only make money when you refinance. The number 3 reason that physicians will give up on the PSLF program is because of political biases. So everyone has them, including myself, my wife, my parents, my in-laws. Everybody's got their own view of the world politically, especially in our polarized environment that we live in today. Trump's either the greatest president of our lifetime or he's the coming of the Antichrist, right? So it's just, you've got these 2 polar extremes, and people will tend to have very extreme judgments based off of their own personal political biases, which is not a good way to make rational decisions about your finances when it surrounds a government program. To give you an example of this, somebody with a rightward-leaning tilt might say, there's no way that the government's going to take care of a high-earning physician like me. They're just going to kick me to the curb, and I'm going to have to pay all this on my own, and so I just need to refinance this thing and pay it all back. So that's the rightward-leaning bias, and then the leftward-leaning bias is something along the lines of Betsy DeVos and Trump are terrible people. They're going to eliminate this program because they hate people like me and people that want to get loan forgiveness for serving underserved populations. So there's no way that they're going to honor their pledge. So I see both versions of these extreme views on things that are really colored by people's personal political beliefs. And it's okay to have those beliefs, but it's just not a good idea when you're looking at a contractual promise the government's given you for PSLF, and every repeal proposal that's ever been proposed would just grandfather everyone in and not affect anyone but future borrowers. And then the one proposal that would affect current borrowers was proposed back in 2015 by President Obama to cap the benefit and means test it, basically, and then his own party shot him down. So that's the number 3 reason that people abandon the PSLF program, is because of these political biases that people have. And then the 4th reason that physicians abandon the PSLF program is because of incorrect information given out by loan servicers. So Fed Loan Servicing will often send out stupid letters saying you are no longer eligible to pay based on your income. That freaks people out, so they call Fed Loan and they ask, well, what do I do now? And then they suggest getting onto a different repayment program entirely and paying way more than they have to. You should know that if you're on the pay-as-you-earn or the income-based repayment plan, then your payments can never be more than the standard 10-year amount for your loans, and they're capped. And when Fed Loan sends this letter out, sometimes they send a follow-up letter saying, now that you've reached the cap on your payments are now going to be X dollars monthly for the foreseeable future. Now, these payments still qualify for the PSLF program, but a lot of loan servicers are giving wrong information because they're run by people making $15 an hour that don't necessarily have any incentive to care about you and your family's finances. It's just the reality of things. And so the result is that people get bad information, they abandon PSLF, they refinance because of maybe the incentives that websites and all these news media organizations have to get you to refinance your loans and not go for forgiveness, and it just messes everybody up. So you need to stick with PSLF if your goal is to work at a not-for-profit hospital, most likely. So the way to know this for sure is to use your calculator or to hire us to make a student loan plan for you. We've made plans for over 1,000 borrowers, and I'm confident that we'll be able to navigate whether PSLF or refinancing is the right decision. You can reach out to me. My email is travis@studentloanplanner.com. You can also look on the contact buttons of our website, studentloanplanner.com, and reach out to us directly to learn more about how we might be able to help. But those are the top 4 reasons PSLF is abandoned by physicians. Don't make an emotional decision on this. Make a rational decision about this. The program has a very high probability of happening, and I do not want anyone to miss out on the dollars that they are promised under this federal program.